Dr. Sean, I was feeling well when I came into this office, but now it's hard to breathe and my mind is swarming and I don't even...
Those symptoms, I've seen them too many times. Could it be again? Another case of shotinitis? Dr. Abigail, bring this girl a beverage of sorts. She's fallen to my charm just as the rest of them, and I have nothing to fix this.
Well, Dr. Sean, perhaps it would behoove us.
No, I have all the reason in the world to do this myself. I only have myself to blame. My school days were rough and depressing, but since then I have learned to smile. From the first time I smiled, women have begun fainting at random. I just can't control my charm, and this has to stop. A technocratic solution must be formed. No one else will know.
But doctor, don't you think that's a little unethical? Being that secretive about it and not involving anyone doesn't let any research be fully explored.
For 10 years I've worked in this firm. I've climbed the cycle of credibility. I've gone from being the most unappreciated intern to the most well-respected doctor in this entire gosh darn city. Do you know what that has gotten me? A step into exploratory research that only scrapes the surface of my capabilities. The system is far too safe, and this situation has gotten far too dangerous for me to just let this slip out of my own hands.
You watch yourself, Dr. Sean. We don't always see the consequences of our actions.
I'll take my theoretical chances.
You finally snapped back. We've been waiting to hear from you. Here's some water to keep you conscious.
Thanks. How long was I asleep? It all seems like a dream, a nightmare even. Nothing serious is going on, right?
The unfortunate thing is that it might be. Your vitals show that your brain activity is low and your heart rate is abnormal. They should be back to normal in a few days, but the test results of you and a few others are truly anomalies. The results show nothing in common with the current paradigm that is set for historically similar cases.
Wait, I'm not gonna die, am I? Of course I'm not gonna die. I can't die. I have a wonderful husband and 4 children. Is there any other option? Medication? Surgery? Anything?
Dr. Sean is currently working on a cure for this disease. He seems a little lost, though, as though he's fallen deeply into the theory dependence of thought.
Servation.
His reality has been created by his own interpretations of the world. He sees the world as a place where solving major problems is a minor task, where we don't think at all. We're trying to make him see our perspectives, but his ambition makes it harder to work together.
That man is a hero and an incredible scientist with outstanding credulity. I've never seen a problem he couldn't fix. As a normal citizen, I fully accept his ideas without challenging them. If it makes me well again, I give him my absolute trust.
It's all coming together, Eleanor. The solution is perfect and it's easily reproducible. There's no time to test it and I only partially know it'll work, but this could change everything.
What does it do exactly?
It strengthens nerves in the strongest sense possible to the point where anybody can be above the persuasion of human charm. Even mine. As a foundation, it just requires sugar, spice, and most everything nice. This is then mixed with the innocence of Deja, the competence of Abigail, my general magnificence, and your fiery dedication, Eleanor. With your powers combined, and mine, we are Days.
Are you sure that using the same logic employed to create the Powerpuff Girls and summon Captain Planet will actually solve this problem?
Of course. These were just artificial constructions of reality. I see no reason why such experimental knowledge could not apply here, since all of our knowledge of nature is likely artificial anyway. Where Professor Utonium accidentally added chemical X, I will keep my experiment controlled. Nothing can go wrong.
Don't you see, Dr. Sean? Your experimentation is flawed. You'll only see the cure once you know the cure will work. Without the proper steps, you're stuck in experimenters' regrets. You cannot be so careless as to release this without thinking.
That's simply not true. Perfect and stable research is far too ideal of a situation. Nothing can fully be tested. And do you know what slow research has done to my life? Do you know what happened to my fiancée? 2 years ago, she developed a disease to which I had begun working on a cure for. Research was going well, but despite my efforts, it wasn't enough. Publication in the FDA created policies at a snail's pace. The cure was not developed in time. She died in my arms on December 9th last year. Her last words asking me why. Why didn't you do anything? Tell me this, Eleanor. What is it like to see another human being bleeding out of her eye sockets until the only color left in her body is the devilish crimson of her irises that mocks you every night of your life? You don't know? Because I do.
She reported taking days for a month and experienced side effects and extreme paranoia. The paranoia became evident to her when she started peeling her face off because she thought she was impersonating herself.
So you might say her days are numbered.
She's gone through several stages of shock within the last hour, and it doesn't look like our current technology can get her back to normal.
Couldn't Dr. Sean attempt an operation anyway? If she's in that critical of a state, I can't see it doing any harm. His interestedness in keeping the world safe from his charm did get her into this mess. At least he could take his biased drive out of research and into application.
It's up to Deja, really. You know what else? Dr. Sean has been such a douche lately. He's been ordering us around like we're nurses or something.
Yeah, I know, right? He asked me to bathe Deja under the premise that females are inherently better at bathing people. I was completely in shock by his audacity. His gender schema is completely outdated. I went to Harvard, damn it!
So you're sorry about what? We did everything we could to get her back to consciousness, but when we made progress, a blood vessel burst. There was blood everywhere. Hemorrhaging had started, and I only have so many fingers to cover up all the holes. So give it to me straight, doctor. Is she dead or not? Our monitors show no signs of brain activity, but her heart is still functional. You can decide whether to formally end her life or not. Utilize this decision as a boundary object, where we couldn't usually communicate about her health. What you write here, will decide how our scientific procedure proceeds.
We are truly sorry about what has happened to your wife, and do not aim for it to happen again.
Again? Happen again? How could you even say that? My wife is dead. Literally dead. There's no way to bring her back. There's nothing I can do at all now. Nothing at all. How could you just let her die? Allow me to apologize. My emotions have gotten out of hand and it's been truly unbecoming of me. That elegance. Could it be that I'm actually your twin brother?
You can't continue research this way, Dr. Sean. I trusted you. We all trusted you. How could you just deny the norms of your scientific institution? Structural functionalism exists for a reason, to make sure innocent people don't die in terrifying ways. Your institution worked to maintain order and group decision-making, but you climbed that ivory tower while secretly dismantling everything underneath you.
I have only aimed to do good for the world. I only wanted the best for you as well. If I didn't create days, you would just be suffering more.
I could never suffer more. My life after medication was torture, while you drifted off in a mad daze of your own.
But I didn't realize.
You realize nothing. Your unethical practices have cost me my life, my livelihood, and worst of all, you have made me distrust you. Have you ever even taken your own medication, Dr. Sean?
I took a pill this evening to see what the side effects were, yes.
Then I suppose the only satisfaction I get in death is the fact that you're here with me, days off with me, into eternity.
It was then that I realized the scientific merit in ethical practice. Reality might be constructed by one's own sociological perception, but it is a collection of artificial realities that coagulate into the one true reality. My interestedness in my research led me to a dangerous path. Shawnitis was not a condition that could be solved through a single vision. To ignore other realities is to live alone. To deny them is to become separated from this world. To accept this is to become as lifeless as your loneliest dreams. All realities are necessary to create a plausible solution. A democratic model of decision-making would have kept Deja safe and Sean's charm intact. The world, due to technocratic recklessness, now lacks both.